My name is Willoughby, and why we should vote no to a raise for mayor and council. Simply, for one thing, is this job's not meant to be a full-time job. It's meant for people to serve and get out. That's what it's meant for. We have no shortage of people running for office. When we have a shortage of people running for office, then we should look at raising the salary. But until that point, there is no need to raise the salary. I think it's very shameful of our mayor and council to even put this on the ballot after the way they have behaved for the last 4 years. Mayor Parker has done nothing to earn a raise. She has cut our city council meetings from 4 times a month to 2 times a month. So she has cut her workload in half and asking for double salary. Common sense alone should tell you right there, no. But time and day we live in now, it takes more than common sense to get common sense to prevail. So I'm going to give you some more. The arguments for city council, one is they're the lowest pay. Other cities get more money. I can care less of what other cities pay their mayor and their manager. I do not live there. It's not my money. That's irrelevant to me. The only thing to look at other cities about, anything they're doing intelligently good that will benefit our city, I will copy. But things they do that are ignorant, I will dismiss. So, like I said, council and mayor's job is not meant to be a full-time, it's meant to be a service to the city. She removed the remote call-in at city council meetings, so if you're disabled, you can no longer call a council meeting. You have to make an appearance. So there's a number up here on this form to call, and let's see if we can't get back that on the agenda again, like it was before Maddie Parker. We need to put that back. Do you think she deserves a raise when she does something like this? I want to make a point that when we elect candidates, we should elect them the same way you would if you're hiring someone to work in your company. Number one, if a person didn't answer questions, would you hire them to work in your company? 2, if the person was caught lying, would you keep them working in your company? 3, if the person showed up 30% of the time late to work at your company, would you keep them employed? In most cases, the majority of cases would be they would not have a job. Council is guilty of all these, and the mayor above all are guilty of all these. They shouldn't even have a job. So how can you vote for a raise? We have no shortage of good people running for office. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here.
Council members, good evening. My name is Conley Brewer. I'm a resident of District 6, and I'm here tonight to voice my opposition to the proposed city council raise, currently designated as Proposition G. One of the primary arguments for this increase is that it will foster economic diversity. However, decades of political science data, including research in the American Political Science Review, tell a different story. Higher salaries do not increase blue-collar representation. In fact, research shows that higher pay often leads to fewer working-class politicians, as these roles become more attractive to professionalized white-collar career politicians. Our city charter was intentionally designed around a citizen-servant model, residents serving out of duty and not for a career policy salary. By doubling your pay, you aren't just adjusting for inflation, you are dismantling a philosophy meant to keep this body grounded in stewardship rather than professional politics. Furthermore, we must address the cost to play. In District 6 alone, recent winning campaigns spent between $30,000 and $40,000. Raising the salary to $50,000 won't lower that barrier, it's likely to raise it. A higher prize attracts higher spending campaigns that price out the very candidates you claim to be helping. Some will point to Dallas, but let's remember, Dallas voters soundly rejected a pay raise less than 2 years ago. Fort Worth should not be benchmarking against the most expensive cities in Texas while our taxpayers are facing an $845 million bond proposal and rising infrastructure cost. I will leave you with this. If you professionalize these seats, you will change the very nature of our elections. You may find that instead of fostering diversity, you have simply invited a more crowded, highly funded field of professional challengers that could complicate your very own path to reelection. Before you ask taxpayers for a 100% pay bump, ask yourselves, is Fort Worth better served by career politicians or by the community servants our charter intended? Thank you.
And this is what I'm looking for in a candidate. It's what I'm looking for, not like what we got. The girl in District 6 has never been to a council meeting, a bond meeting, a budget meeting, never done her civic duty, but there she sits as a council member. Shameful, if you ask me. But this person here is going to run for District 6, and he's saying no to the raise, and he's running for council. This is what I think we're looking for. People that want to do the job, and I want people that's going to bring transparency to the table. So that's what I'd like to see us form a group, a transparency group. Because if we could enforce transparency on city council and elected officials and employees, I think that would help eliminate a lot of issues. Maybe not everything, but I sure would think it'd help make a lot. So I'm all for a transparency group. These candidates are nothing liars. They talk about transparency, but they don't want it.